Good morning. Let's go ahead and finish our beet bread this morning. This is what our mother dough or biga or levito madre looks like. It's right at 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And you can see that it puffed up quite a bit. So it's looking really puffy and nice this morning. Okay, we'll start with the 400 grams of the levito madre or mother dough, which is at 50% hydration. So you'll be using all of the levito madre that you made last night. Since you get a little bit on your hands and a little bit on the bowl, there might be a little bit less than 400 grams, but it'll be close enough. I'm going to break that into chunks. It's already a nice pretty pink color because I used the concentrated juices from the roasted beets to make our 50% mother dough. Okay, next we're going to add the puree, the beet puree. I'll be adding 320 grams of the beet puree, and I roasted this up, chopped them up, put them through the blender yesterday. I should be using just about all of this. Looks like I'm going to need every bit of it. There we have 320 grams of the beet puree. So I have a little bit of extra beet juice and a little bit of water on hand in case I need to adjust the dough hydration, which you can do with any dough. Any dough might need to have the hydration adjusted if the flour absorbed too much or perhaps it was a little too wet. So I have 200 grams of bread flour here, and I'm going to be putting in 70 grams of, it's a white whole wheat. So put in 70 grams, it's not sifted. You can see it almost looks as white as the bread flour. And I'll be putting in 10 grams of salt, sea salt here. This is Mediterranean sea salt. Stir this together a bit. Little balls of dough chunked up a little. Add our flour and our salt. And this is going to be a little bit of work to get it together because of that real low hydration mother dough. Certainly has a nice color to it. It's starting to feel like it's coming together. At this point, the dough should be about 77% hydration. Now at this point, if I wanted to, I could go ahead and add more flour to stiffen up the dough a little. But I think that I'm going to go with this real wet dough. I still feel a few lumps in there, that's why I'm still working the dough. Okay, this makes just right around a kilo, just slightly over a kilo of dough. So it'll be nice for one large loaf of bread. Okay, I think that that's pretty good for now. Get what I can off of my fingers. If you process your beet puree in a food processor, it's going to be a little bit drier than a blender because you need to add just a small amount of water to the blender to get the beets to start pureeing. So you will have to adjust your own dough. If you feel it's too wet, then add more flour right now at this stage. If you feel it's too dry, add some reserved beet juice or some extra water. And remember, if you add more flour, depending upon how much, you may have to add more salt at 2%, which is 2 grams for every 100 grams of flour. Everything is going to be bright pink today. I'll come back and we'll fold it in about 30 minutes.